Welcome to another episode of Kicking It with Rob. We back again. God damn it.
Let me talk my S-S-H-H-I-T. Kick it with my kick it with my nigga Rob. Let me talk my S-S-H-H-I-T. Kick it with my kick it with my nigga Rob.
What up, people?
What's going on, man?
What up? Man, like I told y'all before, we're going to try to do more interviews this season. But before we go to that route, we're going to introduce everybody. We got Miss Tony over there, goddamn me. You know, so I forgot her name because she don't, you know what I'm saying?
That don't do me.
She don't be here like
Don't
that.
do me.
Nah,
I'm back though, y'all. I'm back.
Welcome back, girl.
Got my man Drew in the building.
What's going on, man?
Fabulous Renee.
What up, y'all?
Y'all know me, Rob. And then our guest today, let me see, we got author, marriage consultant.
Basically, yeah.
Marriage consultant, relationship.
Yes.
Yep. It's a lot of stuff, but we're going to let you talk about that, you know what I'm saying, when everything jump out. We got Mr. Anthony Y. I knew I was going to fuck that. I couldn't pronounce his name, y'all.
Yeah, brother.
I knew I was, you know what I'm saying. Well, how you doing, brother? Thanks for coming through.
I'm blessed, man. Thank you for the invitation, man. Very humble that you thought enough to think that I was worthy of your show.
When I check out his content on TikTok, Facebook, everybody, he got some deep stuff on there, you know what I'm saying? I think that'll help a lot of people. We'll talk about that today. Before we get started, though, I want to take this time out to thank clothing line Greedy Ways. You know what I'm saying? They blessed me with some gear. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have to check them out. We're going to put his handles and stuff on the page, on the show or whatever. And then I got a GOAT. GOAT is Gina of all trades. She made these beautiful cups that I gave my my peoples today, you know what I'm saying? So y'all check them out. We're gonna put that on the bottom as well. But Ant, tell us a little bit about yourself, man, if you will, sir.
Well, I'm a father of three. My kids are grown, of course. I worked under Obama's organization, Organized for America. I went on to work for Congress, Brenda Lawrence. I went on from there to work for certain political figures. After a while, it just wasn't the thing I wanted to do anymore. I wanted to work. I found myself helping people understand themselves, relationship, marriage. I was always intrigued about how my mom and dad made it from the 50s all the way to the day my dad passed 3 years ago, in a world that was against people who were two different colors. But they loved each other. They went through it all. It was literally them against the world, for real. It literally was them. And I was always intrigued by watching those kind of relationships. And in our generation, we do a drive-through divorce, we do a drive-through quit. I mean, everything is quick to let go. So I got more focus on trying to understand, how do I help people find their way? And I've had those experiences. I've been married, I've been divorced, I've been through relationships, I've been through abusive relationships, I've been through great relationships. So I figured I have the knowledge and, you know, the background, and then I also studied it. Right. So I have credentials in it. So yeah, I kind of went down that road of wanting to help people find their way to a happier space.
Dope. You want to talk about your experiences? I mean, you know, and get into it, like when.
Ask the question, I answer.
I'm just saying, like you know, when you said you're married, you said physically and stuff like that.
Well, I tell you, like when I was married, so I'll get up. I was married twice. My first one, a great lady, but we shouldn't have never married. But you know, you move in a space of where you think that's where you're supposed to be. Instead of knowing where you're supposed to be, right? So that was something I should not have done, but I had some great kids out of it. And she's happily married to a great guy. And the guy did a great job raising my kids. I cannot knock her choice. She picked a good man. My second marriage, it fell on me. No infidelity out there, no cheating. I needed to know if I believed in God. No matter how much we grew, no matter what we acquired, we lived in a big, beautiful house in Sherwood Forest, all that. It was something missing from me, and I couldn't find total happiness in me. She was trying to give it to me. Everybody figured you got kids, that's happiness, but there was this thing that I just wasn't happy. I don't care who I sat with, I don't care how famous they were, I don't care what was happening. I never found peace in that. And then one day I went into this whole tailspin of depression, and down the road, eventually I just begged her for a divorce. So I could fix me instead of her being anchored to me. I wanted to unlatch her so she can have her life because she's a phenomenal woman. And I went on to find God. That was my purpose. And then that's why I say to people, are you sure you know who you are before you dive into anything with another human being? People are quick to say, yeah, I'm good. I know who I am. So when you get in these relationships, why are you hurting this person if you know who you are? That means you know you're a hurt person who's going to hurt somebody. So you decide to get into something to hurt somebody, you don't really know who you are. Your goal should never be to hurt somebody in a relationship. So I moved on to find God. And I met him 8 months later, or her. And after that, I just moved in the direction I really wanted to move into, helping people find out who they are. Single people be happy, be single. Married people be happy being married. Couples be happy on developing, growing. So it's pretty much how I got to that space now.
Yeah. See, we talk about this on the podcast somewhat all the time, but maybe y'all listen to Ant here because y'all damn so don't listen to me. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see if he can get through y'all because the brother got some dope thoughts and solutions, I should say solutions, on marriage and everything. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got any questions for him right now?
When you spoke about the abusive relationships, what type of abuse was in those was in that?
Speak up just a little bit.
When you talk about the abusive relationship, what type of abuse was in that relationship?
Abusive relationship. I experienced it twice in my lifetime. The first one was a relationship where I would try to surprise this woman. I was in college at the time, and I would come home a little later, but I would stop and get like flowers. Or I would get tickets to a symphony, things she's never experienced because all she knew was certain kind of guys who, you know, the street guys and so forth. You know, it is what it is. But I was surprised, but she thought I was out with other people, other women. And she would get very angry. At times she put her hands on me. One day I couldn't take it. I'm like, I'm out. I just packed my bags at it was like 1:12 at night, somewhere around it. I packed my bags and I just caught a bus and I went back home to my folks like I'm resetting my life. The other time it happened was with a friend I was looking out for. They needed a spot. I let them crash upstairs, showed them how to build their life up. The goal was not to be attached. We grew. I watched her go through hurt and I started getting a trauma bond going with her. And I knew what was happening to me, but I reached this space where I cared about her beyond just a friendship. And down the road, she wanted a relationship that I knew she couldn't really give. I'm into monogamy when it comes to relationship. That's something she couldn't give back. So when it was questioned and it was always a debate back and forth about it, I hit a spot in that where I couldn't do it anymore, and we started falling out. But at the time, we had took on this house. You know, we took on this debt. So at the time, we got into a rough patch. I never put my hands on her. I realized she handles things in a more physical way if it isn't verbal. So one day she disfigured me. She got my lip and bit it, and it was hanging off my face. I didn't get mad. I didn't put my hands on her. None of that. Because in the end, like I said earlier on, you have to know who you are and what you choose. I chose to allow myself to open up to her. I knew where she was at. Don't get me wrong. She was a great person. She's a hell of a partner in a relationship, but she didn't deal with her. I kept bending my rules, my boundaries to try to secure her and make her feel safe. Every woman wants that safe zone with a man. I was doing my best to give it to her. But at the same time, I'm like, to what degree do you keep punishing yourself to heal somebody else?
Right.
And I realized I can't heal this person.
Right.
So down the road, hurt begets hurt. I'm sure y'all heard that saying. I picked up her hurt. When she disfigured me, 2 weeks later, I started lashing out on her with words. They weren't nice. I felt terrible. 2 months apologizing to her, but she had to move out. I had to go my separate way. It was just a bad combination, right? And when you know you're not supposed to be in something, you never try to show that other person how you can help them. You know, people love to call the captain save a hoe or whatever, right? some people it's really about, I really care about this human being to the point I'm gonna sacrifice me somewhat to get this person to understand not every human being is a terrible human being.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
Gotcha.
And once I realized, you bent yourself till you broke yourself. Like, it was crazy where I was at in that space. And I had to sit down with myself. And the only way I can get that peace is we had to disconnect. And I think anybody, when you're battling back and forth with somebody, you have to disconnect. If you don't disconnect, you don't figure out why are you doing what you're doing to yourself by being in that with that person.
I agree.
So I hear you say you experienced certain things in relationships. So I can see that you took accountability and you learned, excuse me, from those relationships. But were there other things that you did to kind of help you educate yourself so you can be better equipped to help people in relationship scenarios? Like, did you take some kind of schooling or training, or what kind of credentials did you kind of seek out to be able to help people in a better way?
You can study all you want, get all the big words and all the philosophical jargons you want. What it really comes down to, you sitting down with yourself. You have to really deal with yourself in these relationships. And one thing I'm always letting clients know is this: when you do your complaint, have you complained about yourself first? What are you not giving to the relationship? Everybody wants, I want them to do this for me. And I always say, well, are you giving that to yourself first? And if you're not doing it to yourself first, why are you requiring that from somebody else? Why are you putting that burden on somebody else? That's not fair to them. If you can't uplift yourself, but you want somebody else to uplift you, that's too much work. That's stress. It's problematic, for real. People get exhausted. People start becoming resentful. You build these bases of resentment toward each other. And I learned as I went through each one, what were the pieces in me I need to adjust, correct, grow, strengthen, whatever. And I just start watering them. Okay. And then that's how I get to the space I get to, where I'm able to help somebody else. And when you don't identify, I can tell them the pain, the struggle, what's happening in your head, in your heart, your emotions. And then they get it. It's like, oh, you do get this. I'm like, yeah, I've experienced it.
Okay, so you kind of base it on your experience.
Go ahead.
You kind of base it on your experience to kind of that's how you will help someone else based on your own personal experience.
Learning from the books is great. You can Carl Jung and Freudian, and you can learn from all these people. It's great. But at the end of the day, all those books do not accurately fit situations. Going back to my mom and dad. My dad came from a home where his dad wasn't there, right? But he knew how to love a family, and he knew how to love my mom. So he didn't have a representation, but yet he knew how to do it. Where they say, when you come from a broken home, father isn't in the picture, you have a hard life, you become this terrible person. He didn't. And that's what I'm like, that's what made me start decide, it's really not about what you learn in the books. Yes, psychologically they are correct. At the core of it, it is right. But your experiences, it's on you. You can go through the worst of the worst and come out being the best of the best.
I've seen it happen in some cases, yeah.
See, I tell people all the time. I think I might have told you that when I first, got to know Drew. I was like, every man gonna have to go through something to make him become a man, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So that's messed up. That's messed up.
Yeah, I saw a video you put on TikTok where you said stop cheating on your lover with your spouse. Can you help me understand what you mean with that?
That was dope.
I've been wanting to ask you that when I first got here, but I was gonna wait for the show.
Stop cheating on your lover.
Yeah, stop cheating on your lover with your spouse.
Yeah, that one came to me because I look back on every girl that I fell in love with, right? Well, actually, you don't fall in love. That's a whole nother conversation I could tell you. But you cheat by simply saying, when you get with someone, you marry them, you no longer identify them as their name or their personality that you know, right? Like Renee or Tony. This is my wife. If you ever notice, you start getting introduced as my wife, this is my husband first. That's the first role. Everybody has a list of what a husband is and what a wife is, right? But in the end, most people never meet those demands, right? So they get mad, well, they changed on me, they switched up on me. No, they didn't. They evolved into more Tony or more Renee or more whatever your brother become, right? You're evolving. So you're really have to understand that you're cheating on your wife with your lover, because your thing is that I want this person that I fell in love with, but I need you to act like this wife, right? So if you're identifying just wife, you're forgetting the person, and that's how you're doing the cheating right there. When you should just say, look, you gave me a covenant or a commitment. Spiritual is covenants, and actions are commitments, right? You give one or the other, you have to live in that, right? You don't identify now, you became my wife. You have just structure rules, and I mean, I get it. Everybody throw the Bible out there, but at the end of the day, even God knows if you loving that person properly, that's all it's about.
What do you suggest to keep a person or a couple from getting to that space where they're, how did you put it? Say it again.
Lover with your spouse?
Yeah. How do you get, what do you suggest for a person so that they don't fall into that rut in that scenario?
That scenario, you have to stop looking at what a wife is supposed to be or what a husband is supposed to be and say, why do I love this person? Why do I have these deep connection feelings to this person? These are the keys to why you two are together. This is why you're merging together. It's not about, well, hey, Renee, you look like wifey material. You know what that means? It's like a box of instructions. You look like, yeah, when I marry you, I'm expecting to change you and put certain check marks next to you. Right? As opposed to saying, well, you know, Renee, I really enjoy who you are, the person you are, the things you give, the things you sacrifice, things of that nature.
Yeah.
That make you you, right?
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
And how you not get in that trap is by constantly just saying why I appreciate you as Renee, as the person.
Right. Do you feel that men may do that more than women?
Here you go.
So, no, hold on.
Here she go.
What you mean?
No,
You mean it?
because he said that. He didn't he
You
just
mean
he
like
did
this
say that.
wifey material? That part?
The list of
Right.
what you want and kind of trying to change to get that.
I think they do.
And he
Renee.
said women
I think
and
they
men,
do.
though.
Yeah. Now see, because women can be like, that's
okay.
He
material.
said women and men.
I'm gonna let you answer, but I tend to forget
No,
shit,
no,
so I'm gonna go and say it. It's like me when I married my wife, I didn't have that in my head. I just was like, this is my friend. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We've been together, got kids. Let me go on there. You know what I'm saying? Make her Miss Johnson. I didn't go into it now. Now that you're Miss Johnson, you better do this, do that, do that. You could be the same person, just be real with it. You know what I'm saying? We committing to each other. You know what I'm saying? Now, women, if about your question, you just said, I think that men can do that, and then women do it too. But it's just crazy because women can see money and be like, "You husband material." If men do it, they be like,
That's not true. And
It's
I didn't say all.
always the money though.
I did not
when
say
it comes to the
all.
women.
And I
It's
hate
like
that he
that's all
always
we
does that.
see. It's
But it's
always
like
the
that.
money.
The percentage
That's
might
not
be a
true.
little higher, in my opinion. I didn't say all y'all do it, but most of them, they get married, they'll marry a man if he can get them out of poverty.
Well, listen, I'm gonna say this. Well, if that is one of the requirements for this
See?
man to be my husband, what's wrong with that? Because a man will have a certain requirement that he will want from a woman as well, and he may want her to stay in shape. Now, let's just keep it all the way real, right?
Right.
So if I say that one of the requirements is that I have to be taken care of, not to say that I'm not going to support, I'm not going to work, I'm not saying any of that, but I'm saying I want a man to be able to sustain the household. I want him to be able to man the ship. You're the king of the castle, so I want you to be able to make sure the finances are together.
But if you have to
So,
write that list to make sure he does those things, is that really the guy you're supposed to be with? Is that the guy you need, that you have to write that to expect that? It should be an action of him showing you my sacrifice for you.
Oh yeah, but it's a mental note, I guess, maybe. Because it's not so much as a written down thing, but I guess as women, we want to feel secure. And part of us feeling secure is know that we have financial security as well.
Feeling
And
safe.
you know how you get that security
Yeah.
from him, right? You know you get that security from that man.
What it
You
happen?
have to nurture his respect. You have
We
to
do.
grow
Yeah.
his respect.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna
Don't
do
leave that
that.
out now.
We're gonna do that. Yeah.
Like I
I'm
said,
okay with that.
in my opinion, I
Yeah.
don't think when a man, not all, some, most, whatever you want to do it, but
Whatever you want to do.
whatever you want to call it, I mean. But I just think that men, when they love somebody and want to marry them, they don't go that deep into thought like that. They would stick their neck out there just to be like, I'm going to give this a try. You might not even know, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might know too, like, I shouldn't do this, but I love her so much, da-da-da-da. I think that's something that men do a lot. You know what I mean?
I agree with that too.
Yeah, we do that a lot.
I
We
think
just-
that men do that, and then once they feel like the woman is in a certain space to where, okay, I feel like I'm a little bit more in control of the situation, now I can start tweaking her, which is also not fair because you can't tweak me later. You can't make me think you fell in love with a version of me, and then later on basically tell me that that version of me is not good enough anymore. Because now you tweaking me to fit until you want me to fit into your checklist now that you didn't have in the beginning.
Right. And the problem with that, right? What you said is actually a good way of putting it. You're not allowing a person to evolve. Every 10 years, we do not think the same way we did 10 years ago. I don't care if people say, well, I don't know about the man with the saggy pants and the braids thinking he's Snoop Dogg at 90 years old. Trust me, he's changed somewhat in them 10 years too. But when you're trying to put those guidelines on that person, you're stagnating their evolution. You have to be willing to compliment each other as you evolve in a relationship. You have to do that. Men and women. It's a plus, it's a must. If a man wants to be content, when he used to be fun hanging out, now he content sitting at home, that was his evolution. He sees out there, I'm not finding the peace I find here.
Absolutely.
He's moved away from where he thought fun was peace to being in a silent space with just the woman he loves. And now that's his new peace. That's an evolution. People look at it as a digress. It's an evolution for that man. It's
That's
literally
good
what
to
it
hear.
is. Just like the same with a woman. Guys say, well, you know what? You're starting to dress not so, when he met her, tight clothes, and then now you're wearing these frumpy clothes. That's her evolution. You know why? Because now she's probably in a space where I value my body only for him. He should only be observing me like that. So that's not a knock, but you have to be willing to evolve. But when you got that checklist and they move out of that checklist, you're trying to box them in and stagnate. They're evolving in a relationship.
You're trying to build a husband or build a wife.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying?
Basically.
That's what it sounds like to
And
me.
when you build them, guess what happens?
Yeah.
I've found I don't really like them like that. Well, I don't like her like that.
Goddamn
You done built
bomb come
something you
blow it
really
up.
didn't want.
You know what I'm
Always
saying?
problems.
That's true.
So, women, your man can stay home and play the goddamn video game if he won't. Leave him alone. You just heard Anthony. They comfortable now. I'm bullshitting though.
Exactly.
But look, so you around this, what I wanted to ask you, like I said, been looking at some of your content. Can you talk about why can't men and women grow together in a relationship? I saw you mention this when you were saying everything that if a man and woman can do things that's supposed to be done, but they can't do it together to help the relationship. You know what I mean?
So, doing things together. Here's the thing, right? Say it this way. When a man and a woman break up, woman goes work out, get herself together, right? But the guy was always in the fitness when y'all were together. Why does it have to take a breakup for you to get engaged in what he was trying to show you in the beginning? All right? Vice versa with men and women, right? So a woman is asking you, can you just watch this A&E movie with me or whatever it may be, right? And the brother can't do it. But then when y'all break up, all of a sudden he's noticing these love stories and he's like, dang, that reminds me of my woman. It's like, why are you engaging in it now? You have to be able to say, look, I'm going to celebrate what you enjoy and you celebrate what I enjoy. What happens when you do things like that? These two people start looking at the outside. They might wonder, but they're looking at the outside like, oh, that dude would never do this, what he's doing. Or she looking at vice versa. He like, oh, that chick, she for the street. She would never calm down and be into what I'm into, right? Or mouthy or whatever, right? The thing of it is if you can work together in a relationship and just admire the other person's love for whatever it is, even if you don't care for it, But if you can admire it, you can save your marriage, your relationship. You can do a lot with that. You could take it somewhere different. You know where to take you? Into a space I never knew I would wind up enjoying it. Like,
wow.
I didn't know I liked reading books. Then at the time I was married, she would read books. I'm like, I'm not reading no books. I'm trying to go out and hang out with the fellas. But I sat and read a book all the way through, and I'm like, I like this. And when we divorced, guess where I was at? Barnes and Nobles, reading books, learning stuff. I'm like, this is a different look. And I'm thinking, why didn't I just bother to do this while I was with this person? You know? And I watch a lot of people say, that's their thing. Let them do their thing. Yeah, they moved on happily while y'all married, saying, okay, you know, that's but deep down they're like, damn, at least give it a shot with me one time, you know? Experience each other's, I'll say it like this, experience each other's boredom. What you may think is boring to her, what you may think is boring, what she does, and vice versa. Experience that boredom. Just experience it, because guess what? She feels better knowing that you at least gave it to try to say, this is a way of showing I care. This is a way of showing that I'm committed. This is a way of showing I admit what I'm stern on what I said about my covenant to do whatever it takes to make it work. That's all you're doing when you do those things. Don't say you have to do them forever, but just do some things together, as opposed to wait till everybody split up and now you want to do the things that y'all could have did together. It makes no sense.
Right. No, my fault. Damn phone going off. So, cheating is equal. You talked about that. This the content that I saw about this, it's just like real interesting. I just want you to tell my people this. You know what I'm saying? Your thoughts on cheating is equal.
Man, let me see these notes, bro.
Cheating is equal, yo.
On these notes, man.
That's
I'm not
it.
mad at you. I love it, though. I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, cheating is equal. At the end of the day, men say, no, it ain't as different, right? Because a dude done slept with your woman. First thing in his head is, we keeping it real, is his package bigger? His package this, his package. Like, they're focused on how did she get satisfied by that guy, right? So at the end of the day, cheating is literally equal. What you're willing to go out there and do to her, she should be allowed to do the same thing back to you. Know why?
No.
Just hear me out. Why?
Yep.
Because once you opened up that door and
You
did
that's
that
why
dirt
I
to
don't,
somebody,
bro.
you literally said to her, this is open
trying to tell
relationship.
you.
That's right.
You
That
literally
part.
said that in your actions.
Nah,
And it's vice versa.
did.
Because women
You
do that
did, bro.
slick stuff too. Just brothers can't. It's hard for us to find out. They do it too. But I know, brothers like, I ain't trying. But it's the truth. Once you do the dirt, you have opened that up to say this is an open relationship. So when a woman says to you, oh, yeah, that's what you did? Okay, yeah, I'm good. Now you're getting nervous. Now you want to please her and do all these wonderful things. And then with women, when they do that dirt with somebody, forgive me for saying that, ladies, most of the time, it ain't no stranger. It's some homeboy you once knew or your close homie that they did it with because they got intrigued with them. But once you open that door, it's equal opportunity. Woman can't get mad at the brother if he go out there and grab him a woman. Because you literally said, this is an open relationship as soon as you did the dirt.
I just chuckled when you said that women are cheap with the guy, an acquaintance or somebody that was close to him. So that's why these men don't want women to have friends of the opposite sex. Because I'm a person, I believe that just because I'm in a relationship, I want you to still have your life that you had before, but we're combining our life. And I'm hoping that when I do get a chance to be in a relationship, that it's a trusting relationship where I can still be myself. Like, I don't want to have to say, okay, Drew and Rob, I can't hang out with y'all no more. I can't go out to dinner because me and Drew done said and went out to eat together, you know, bro and sis. But if I'm in a relationship with a man who doesn't feel like that's okay, then you got to cut off your friends, you know. So, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts on that is this. Like, when you do that, brothers can get mad at me, it's fine. I'm cool with that. It's a lack of security on your behalf of how much you showing her that I love you that much, that she can actually respect you to the bone of knowing that no matter what I'm around, you are my main focus. I'm serious. That's just like, it's the truth. Any woman that you give her all that love and all of that safety and concern, she will respect you to the point no matter who she's chilling with. You may feel uncomfortable, but trust me, the minute that dude say something, she checking him. She is going to be loud with it, so you will know I'm checking this clown, right? But when you're like trying to, you can't be around dudes, and because that's some things, women are all in their feelings, which is true. Women operate off of I feel, men, we operate off of logic. But when a woman operates off of I feel, when she has major respect for a man, guess what? That I feel becomes logic.
See, I think that shit'll backfire on you, bad too, because in some cases, not all, because men, if you're not insecure, because it's not insecurity, it's just that you just know, like you just be feeling something. So if you be like, okay, I'm gonna trust her, and then it end up happening, now, you know what I'm saying?
But the question becomes, I trust her, but do you know how much she respects you? Here's the deal, my marriage, my second marriage, every guy would ask me this, because she was cool as heck. She was cool. And she was amazing. She knew how to crush on Serena Williams, and she had major pull. Serena Williams in town, she like Serena in town, she had such and such, you want to go. Yeah, she was cool. She knew I loved her, right? Yeah. But any fellow would ask me, man, do you trust her? Before they even get the words out, they get 2 words into that sentence. I'm like, yes, 100%. Because I knew how much she respected me. That's how I knew how much she loved me. That no matter what, and she would. I mean, she was in the halls of downtown city council, checking people in the hallway loud. I get a call. You got to come get your wife, man. She going off on this dude. I hear her in the background. I'm like, why would I come? She got that. At the end of the day. So what I'm saying is, I get what you're saying. And most men will get nervous from that, but the bottom line is, how much have you shown her that she could build that respect with you to know that I'm never letting this go? Yes, I will admit, you got some women out here who don't even understand the concept of respect. Man could treat her like the greatest thing ever, and she still do things that just not supposed to do. I'll put it that way. Those are women who basically are built in this mindset from social media, where it's like, the more men I have, the more options I have in case you mess up. They're trying to set up options. A real woman ain't setting up options. A real man ain't setting up options. They setting up respect, and they setting up security. That's how everything comes together in relationships.
Respect and love. I like that.
I love it.
But see, we're gonna talk about your book, but first we're gonna go into this segment called, I'm sorry, your phone going off too? That's an Amber Alert. I got one too. No, it's bullshit. But no, we're gonna go into this segment. It's called Kickin' with Rob's Breaking News with the fabulous Renee. Tony ain't helped me.
I was about to say, what?
It's all good.
Oh my goodness. Listen, first day back and she didn't.
My bad.
On
I
the
dropped the
outro,
ball on that
the
one.
outro. Okay.
I got you.
All right, because we got to get you back in the groove if you're
I
not,
dropped the ball on
grooving
that.
right now. Got to get you back in the groove. Hey y'all, listen, it's y'all girl Renee with the Kicking It With Rob News, right? So, I don't know if y'all saw this week. Did y'all see Kanye on this rant? He had a video. He was going in on the companies, as far as Balenciaga, Gap, Adidas. He was talking about how they stole the Grammys from him. Talking about how celebrities didn't stand up with him when he couldn't see his kids. And he was talking about North. North was acting out because she wanted to see her dad. So she was destroying property and everything. So he was just saying, just going on, just talking about how just everybody, he felt like it was just him by himself. And so he said that people were laughing and they was all in the room and they go, yeah. He gonna say like, and half of y'all in here because y'all want to check. The other half, y'all just keying. Basically, he say key. Y'all just laughing and joking. And the other half, y'all just don't care. Y'all just in here. So I kind of felt like it was some truth in what he was saying. He talked about Trump and how he felt like he said, don't come at him talking about no political stuff if y'all didn't care about what he was saying when it came to his kids. Because y'all know how Kanye talk. He talked in circles. So in the clips, you can hear him talking about multiple things. In one clip, he met at Jay-Z, and he was talking about so much stuff. And so I just sitting there listening, and I said, wow, there was some truth. You can tell, like, it just sounded like a frustrated man. It sounded like a man who has made a lot of money, because he even said that in the clip, in his rant. He like, it's not about money. I showed y'all I can make money. But he also calling out those companies that been trying to, like, you know, snatch his, you know, feet from underneath him and, you know, tear him down, because he has a out-of-the-box type of mindset. He's definitely a creative thinker, you know.
Sure.
He's very different. So what do y'all think? Like, do y'all think that he just out, he's frustrated? How do y'all feel about Kanye being out here ranting?
Kanye, I don't know what to think about him sometimes. I don't know if he doing this shit for publicity, which he don't need.
You know,
I don't know.
Kanye got mental problems, man. He ain't right, but I do listen to him when he talk. He make a lot of sense, for sure. And I think a lot of people in his industry, they turn their back on him because they in, like, I guess some type of secret organization or whatever they got going on. Allegedly, yeah. I don't know, but, you know, I feel like he looking for support, he looking for help, and they not showing it because, you know, they in that group. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like right now he do feel alone though. He probably is, you know.
I agree with that. I think that sometimes people have like a cry for help and nobody's listening. Because we talked about this before with Tyrese. It's like, I'm crying out for help and y'all not listening. Like y'all just looking at me like, you got way too much money to have problems. You got way too much going on to have problems, but I'm still human.
Facts.
So I'm trying to get y'all attention, and granted, it may not be the best way, but somebody should be paying attention enough, because his brother probably needs some help.
Right. And he crying loud. So.
Yeah, I think he's crying out loud. It's funny that you both said what you guys said, because he called out Jay-Z. He called out, like you said, celebrities. When he was saying he wasn't able to see his kids, nobody stood up, nobody spoke. And, you know, like I said, he mentioned how North was acting out because she wanted to see her dad. So I'm like, he's definitely saying something, and nobody is
right. And them Kardashians powerful.
Yeah.
Them Kardashians powerful.
You know, he made a statement, and concerning what you said, he made a statement. He said now he understands what his father was dealing with and going through when it came down to him and his mom, when she moved him to the other side of town. That's what he's living. His life is repeating what his father went through with him. And I think he's just like most fathers doing. They're like, we are out here and we are being disregarded after we're no longer with the family or the mother, the marriage or anything. He's just yelling out, look, this has got to stop to a point. It needs to get noticed. And he's just trying to be that voice because he's a very prominent fixture and he's pretty much an iconic brother in society.
It's funny you say that too, and I just thought about it, about the society, that in crowd, right? And so he said Jay-Z probably gonna say, uh-oh, he gonna die. So because, you know, if you know Kanye, y'all know how fast he talk, how much he spit out. So he was also talking and saying some government names and really talking so much. And so he probably was saying some things that the secret, those elites know about. Yeah. And, you know, he shouldn't have been saying, but at the end of the day, you know, a Kanye man, he gonna say whatever it is he got to say, so.
Because people are only paying attention to him when he's, quote unquote, acting crazy or being reckless. Because you don't see him get a whole lot of, you know, shout outs when he's doing something good, when he's doing something right. But the minute he acts like this, then it's like, oh, here go Kanye being Kanye again. So,
because I think
talk about the contributions he made in communities. I mean,
absolutely,
he's millions out there to help the black community.
See, we don't get a chance to hear all of that as much as we should. But when he's spazzing out for something, that's when they're gonna put him all in social media, everywhere you'll see him.
Make him sound like he crazy.
Make him sound like he crazy. He even went just to say that his design for the Yeezys, he said he came up with that when he was in the 7th grade. So I know when he's saying, he was literally saying like, Adidas, so whatever was going on with those contracts, he's like, y'all can't take mine, this is mine. And so I can hear that, like I can see the frustration, especially as us as black people. We come up with a lot of things. And it's sad to say, but we do get, they sneak us, you know, they take it right from up under us, knowing we created it. So it's kind of like I'm hearing him and I'm feeling for him, like, so brother, We with you.
Yeah, shout out to Kanye, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
real quick,
absolutely.
I can tell he came up with them ugly ass shoes when he was 7 years old too.
He told us 7 years
Well,
old.
okay.
Can't play 300 for that, bro. Like, man, he charged too much, man.
Me too. All right, I got one last story for y'all. And so listen, so this one right here is more like a awareness. So this story kind of messed me up. I'm a mother of a 6-year-old who shot the teacher in Virginia gets 2 years in prison for child neglect. So it says, according to the AP News, as part of the plea agreement, prosecutors agreed to drop a misdemeanor count of recklessly storing a firearm as previously reported. Deja was sentenced in November to 21 months in federal prison for using marijuana while owning a gun. Her state sentence will be served consecutively, making a combined state and federal sentence of nearly 4 years behind bars. So I just wanted to say, like, guys, you know what? Let's make sure we lock these guns up. You know, because the baby got a hold of the gun, took the gun to school, and shot the teacher. So this mother, who is, again, we just heard that she's going to be sentenced. She got to do some jail time. So, and I just saw the news the other day. There was another baby who just lost their life because they got a hold of a gun and shot themselves. So this, for me, was just like, let's make awareness. Let's be safe. We understand that we do want to have arms, you know, to protect ourselves from people trying to harm us. But we have to remember we have little babies. Let's make sure we lock them guns up. We want to put them where they can't get to them. And be real, like, certain things you want to kind of have conversations with your kids about so they know what's going on and what, you know, is expected and not expected for them to do, you know. So
You said the baby was 6?
this was a 6-year-old, took the gun to school and shot the teacher. So the mom has to serve 2 years. So
That boy,
Wow.
demon, goddamn. I mean, I got a
wanna do her own.
6-year-old. I'm like, he just go to school. Hey, Dad, you gave me a bad apple. You only 6.
Because I'm trying to think, like, what could you be going through
Yeah,
at 6?
to go shoot the teacher like that.
Man.
yeah. So that's it, y'all.
That's
That's
it?
y'all kicking the rap news.
All right.
Man, that was good, Renee.
1, 2, 3.
There we go.
There we go. That's what I'm
Give it
talking
to her one
about.
time.
Like,
At
yes.
least.
Come on, y'all. Get
No,
it back.
man. Thanks for that news. God damn it. We finna, hey, we about to get the hell up out of here, but it's something else I want to talk about real quick. I actually want to get y'all thoughts or y'all opinion or how y'all feel about what I'm about to say. I think it's a good time to say it because we got my man Ant here. Women nowadays, I'm sorry, not all. I'm not all. So y'all jump down my throat. I feel like, because you kind of said something about it earlier prior to social media, women don't look for love in the marriage, the stuff that you talk about or try to help with no more. They are really just shaking their ass, doing all this type of stuff, showing it for the attention. You know what I'm saying? Just to have that manly figure liking them, but they really don't want to be in a relationship, in my opinion. That's how I feel. So half the shit y'all gonna probably fucking laugh at because y'all don't look forward to even having a relationship, in my opinion. I just think that's where the world is right now.
That's fair. Social media took us there.
Yeah, that's why I said you said something about it
Literally took
earlier.
us there. You got grown women in their 40s now on social media, bathing suits, G-string, trying to get the likes, trying to get the notice, trying to get the, oh, I am still attractive. Like social media is basically a place for people to get accolades.
I always call it a hood celebrity.
Right.
That's what I call it.
Right. Their thing is that I need to be noticed more than just in my house. That's their focus, right? Social media has done that. I won't blame women. They got trapped in it. Just like men getting trapped in it. Because guess what men doing? They're looking at these wives out there in these bikinis and whatever else and tight fitted suits. And guess what they doing? They get in those inboxes, trying to see if I can get a little playback on that. I get a little playback, let's see how far I can go with that, right? Keep nudging it forward and forward. So social media has definitely changed the mindset of knowing that I wonder who else will like me out there. You got contact to the whole world now to find out who's gonna be attracted to you. So you're right. A lot of them are fighting for not relationship, they're fighting for accolades and I want to be noticed and rewarded by you saying I like you or flirt with me or send me cash at me. They even got that now. You want to be with me? Cash at me. Like one lady, she like a date is $600 to go out with me. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to say this because we want to make sure it's also said that there's men out there that also put themselves
Talk to him.
half naked for the
Talk
likes
to 'em.
as well. So when we're talking
Renee,
about
you don't see
social
that
media,
often.
no, because we were talking and you guys said women. So I just want to make sure we
Talk to
also
'em.
say, because I've seen videos, men greased up,
The
you
reason
know.
I just say the men, and you're
Okay.
right. I don't say the men because it's the difference, right? Women, and forgive me, ladies. I mean, you're both extremely attractive, right? But you're curvaceous, right? Men just got muscles. So when you see a man, and just hear me out, men got on their little bathing suit or whatever they got, but it's mostly flex. The top is off. It ain't breasts or nothing. These women are like literally trying to get it to the point where things are like popping out, right? Have you seen those things on Instagram
Well,
and on social media? But what I'm gonna say about men, the problem with men have is this: they want to know I am the next best thing out here next to The Rock or whoever else,
I said the
and they
wrestler.
can have a woman. But they want to know there's some other women out there that want me. Because guess what they're going to do? They setting up their little track record. I ain't saying all men. You got responsible men who know where their bread and butter is at. They understand this one. But the only reason I spoke on that is because it's becoming so more pronounced on the side of women because more and more women are being told, you're independent, girl, do your thing. Just because you're married don't mean you're supposed to not just be out there. No, it means you're supposed to respect the man you with, whether you're in a marriage or a relationship. 'Cause you can wear a fitted outfit, but do you have to be halfway naked? Brother, do you really have to be out there trying to capture all the women you can so you can show your brothers, like, I got 170,000 chicks liking me. I'm
Taking
that.
peaches and trying to eat them all seductively. I see all
I've
kind
seen
of
it
stuff
too,
men
sis.
do.
Right.
Men do
Y'all
all of
straight
this. I'm
over
not-
I seen
exaggerating.
it too.
For
I
real,
seen
men
it.
do all kind of things, like to get attention,
Licking
to
their
get women.
tongues out and stuff. They do stuff sexual too. They do
Yeah.
stuff
They
that's appealing to
definitely
us.
do. Yes.
So
Yes.
they're not men. Fuck it. I don't know. I'm just saying, because
I'm just saying men are as bad as the women now. Like
Yes.
they on there doing the same things. It's like, yeah, it's different for the man and woman because we are set up different.
Right.
But
Right.
you're still trying to appeal to what the women
Right.
will take to. So I think it's the same.
Right.
I do too.
I think, I'm so sorry, but I'm about to say this because I got to. I think besides,
Never apologize for your truth.
yeah, you're right. Most women hate themselves.
What?
Most women hate themselves.
Oh my
I'm sorry.
God, Rob, stop it.
Yeah, you
No,
stop it
no,
now.
look, when I say hate themselves, I'm talking about their looks.
No.
No.
Their looks.
No.
Man,
Why
look,
you feel that way? Why you
Because-
feel that way?
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah,
man.
the
you
makeup-
talking about the makeup.
makeup,
No,
The
that don't have
the
nothing to do
BBL.
with hating yourself.
It
Come on
doesn't.
now. That's so far
That-
from
you
the
know,
truth.
us
Man,
wearing
I
makeup
thought-
is
That's
no
harsh.
different from y'all putting a hat on.
Ugh.
So if we're
No,
gonna
no,
talk about it, let's
no.
talk about it. That's
We-
kind of the same thing.
No, makeup, I seen a picture. I don't know nobody. I just seen a picture. The girl, she had before and after. Y'all didn't seen the video too when the girl in the car, she looked weird like a damn giraffe.
So
And then
you don't think it would
I
mean
get what
something
you're
if she do the before and after though? So if I'm showing you what I look like before, that's telling you, listen,
I
I'm
need
okay.
this shit.
No, it's saying
That mean I
I'm
need
I'm
this
okay
makeup.
with you getting this look too, because she could have presented herself full
Ooh,
face
with
from
just
the
the makeup.
start,
Yep,
and
that's
you didn't
true.
know what she looked like up under
That's very
that.
true.
But she's saying, this is what I look like now, and let me show you my art. Let me show you my craft. Let me show you what I'm capable of.
Well,
I agree.
What he's saying is like this is the thing. Like I'm down with women putting makeup on, but now it's to the point women literally don't look like the women that when they take the makeup. It's like literally looking at you're a light skin or a white girl when you take the makeup off. You're a dark skinned sister.
You
It's
89.
That's a
goddamn it.
few.
That's the person-
That's a
That's
few.
a few,
Because
yeah.
listen, I ain't trying to put us out there, but I have on makeup, Tony. You have
Yeah.
on makeup too. And listen, she's beautiful. Tony looks. I've seen you without makeup. She ain't too far from where she is now. You got what I'm saying? So makeup
No,
enhances
you
us.
missed what I'm saying. Like y'all
Right.
put on modest makeup to amplify your features. These women literally are changing their whole face with makeup now.
Yes,
it's
that's
like
what
a
I'm talking
whole
about.
nother human being.
I agree
Them
with
the
that.
women that I think
Okay,
that,
okay.
that's
I do
the women
agree
I'm
with
talking
that.
about.
Okay,
If y'all
that.
took y'all off, I still know that's you.
Okay, that.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree with that,
Okay,
but
that.
let's not
I don't
just.
think y'all the category what they speaking
But let's
of.
not
that's
just
not a-
look
that's a
at it
small
like that,
percentage,
though.
though,
You
right?
got to look at it as these women have took makeup to a different level and they've turned makeup into some type of art, basically.
It is,
so
yeah.
I can take a regular person and I can make you look like whoever I want you to. Sometimes people are really just trying to display their craft, and I'm displaying
That's
my
true.
talent on me.
So
That's
here's
true.
my question. Are you okay with a man bringing his representative instead of his real self?
I mean, but then how do you, I mean,
You
I
see
get
what
what
I'm
you're
saying?
saying.
There you go.
But then how do you display, that's like an artist. How do you know that I'm an artist if you don't see my
What I'm saying,
paintings?
you said the makeup is artistic and that. He's bringing his representative. He's an artist at acting.
I mean, I kind of get you. I mean, I'm going to give it to you like a little bit. I kind of get you, but.
All I'm saying, women look, when y'all just accentuate your natural look, y'all look amazing. But when you throw that whole cover on, it's like when it comes off, and no disrespect, women, I've dated women with, breakouts, but they have other things going on, and it's like, I'm sorry, you had smooth skin and then you were like light skin, but now you have rough skin and it's peeling and who
You're a
is
crunch
this
bar
person?
now, guy.
Right here.
They like
so that's
Nestle
what I'm
Crunch.
saying. Like women get mad at a man for being fake and with his representative.
So-
but we can't have a question about why you change your whole facial feature, right?
So there should be a little bit of sensitivity around that too, because you just said something about her skin. Now,
It's
for
not
a
bad,
woman,
Dave.
but no, just hear me out.
ahead.
For a woman, that could be a self-esteem burner or something that she struggles with, because a lot of us women, our bodies go through so many changes, and so maybe she does wear makeup because she does have bad acne, and it is something that she doesn't like, and she is working on her skin, but it's just not right. So she uses the makeup because she knows that it's something that she can apply
insecure
to
about?
help her to feel good when she walks outside.
Well, would it
There
be
we go,
fair for
sis.
her,
Talk to
though?
him.
Would it be fair that she says, "Hey, look, this is makeup because I have a
But
certain
why do I
problem
have
with
to
my
have
face,
that
right?"
conversation?
Why do I have to? Because you may not be
Like you
somebody
said,
that
why-
I'm going to see
I'm
beyond that day.
Exactly.
So when I'm with somebody I feel comfortable with to shed that skin and be myself, then that person will be worthy of that story.
Exactly.
Until then,
So then, a man bringing his representative, being the actor, it should be okay for him to be that fake until he feels comfortable to say, and then see how the
I just
story
don't think
changes.
that's
So
the
it's
same.
apples and oranges.
No,
I
it
do,
is the
yeah, I
same.
don't think so.
it's the same.
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think it's the same.
It's called, you call it art, but it's really called representatives. It's misdirection of who people really are. If you have bad acne and you're wearing this makeup, say, look, I have bad acne, I know I wear makeup, but this, I'm comfortable with this. Are you? And this is how y'all women want to find the right guy. This is how you know if you're sitting with a true man. If he has an issue with it, you know I'm bouncing. But if a man can trust that truthful, he'll sit there and he'll be telling you, look, take the makeup off. I know a woman and she's amazing. Love her to death. She has issue with her hair. I love her. I think she's amazing. But she wears it, the covering on. But she's beautiful. If she takes it off, she's still gonna be beautiful. And I told her that. I don't care how you rock it. You're gonna be beautiful. But my thing is this. She brought it to the table. She didn't hide it. What I'm saying. When you justify a person just making themselves look like a whole nother person, like I could be out with a woman that looks like, I don't know, Halle Berry. I can be with her, when she takes the makeup off, she doesn't look like Halle Berry. She looks like,
Whoopi Goldberg.
let's say, what's her name? Adele Gibbons, right?
I apologize for him, Whoopi.
No, you can apologize, but it's true at its core. You're saying it's okay
So it's equal
to
deception.
put this artistic makeup on, and it got a guy we see with our eyes, and we get into a woman with our physicality. We get into women's physicality. So when you're making that physical look, I'm attracted to that. When it comes off, you're no longer that look. So when a guy is misrepresenting himself saying, hey, I'm that dude, I got that car, and he ain't got none of that, then you get mad at him. What is the difference on the representation of this acting and this acting?
I think I agree with you, but I think that I was receiving you wrong, because I'm thinking if I'm your wife and you've seen me shed down, like you know who you have, you know who you with, you've seen me. But then I also go in that same bathroom and I go and I get made up. Now the man that's important to me have seen me. So I'm thinking about the guys that's just looking at these women that I don't owe you nothing, because the person that has seen me has already seen me. I've shed myself to that person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, so somebody that I'm not trying to be that person with, because I might just be fixing up for me. just for how I want to look, how I want to feel about myself. Like, this was good for me and mine when we left. So that means, Rob, you can't judge me because I came out with a full face of makeup on. Shouldn't matter to you what I look like with or without it, because I ain't for you.
Well, yeah,
I came out here for me.
The conversation was about
How you gonna eat
meeting
that up like
women.
that?
meeting women.
I
And
was going
social
off
media.
like what, because I knew what, you know,
Now,
I knew
here's
what was
my
meant
question
on
to
that
you
part.
on that then. Okay, so your husband knows what you look like naturally. You go in the bathroom, you put all this makeup on to look however way you choose to look, right?
Right.
Y'all go out. My question to you, do you not feel secure prior to that?
To go
Your
out,
husband
yeah.
is the one that loves you. Your husband thinks you're sexy.
What if that's something
Without
she
the-
likes?
And
Because,
that part,
because she
yeah.
said something about art, and I think, and that's why I say you guys are comparing apples to oranges, because we are women. Women love
You
to be
say you
beautiful.
understand both sides
Yeah,
of this
apples
argument.
apples
I
and
rest my
oranges.
case.
Like,
Logic and feelings.
so
That's
listen.
going to always be our counter.
But okay, can I just say this? If this is something, if you meet a woman and she wears makeup and she likes wearing makeup, this is part of who she is. So it goes back to those things where we're saying, well, I don't like this, and change that of that woman. What is wrong with me saying that here it is,
Thank
I
you,
put my
sis.
makeup on, because this is something that makes me feel good. Not to say I don't go out with a bare face, but at the same time, when I like to come outside, I like to wear makeup. That's part of who I am, and so my person will understand that,
That's
and he
part
will
of
be
it.
okay with me wearing makeup. That wouldn't be a big
And
deal.
again, it goes back to what I'm saying. So if a brother comes out there and he's not the true guy, he puts on the representative, that is an artist doing what he does best. To get a
Yeah,
woman
I won't
to be
we don't
attracted
agree.
to him.
We don't agree.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. That's
we
basically
just
what
don't
we do.
agree, because I'm talking about a physical, because again, when we talk about relationship, it goes past the physical, right? It goes past to what I look like on the outside. So we also are going to get to know each other, who we are in the inside. So if my insides, I don't care what I'm looking like on the outside, if my inside don't match your inside, it's not going to work, because the makeup should be the last thing
Thank
that should
you,
call
sister.
you to say, I can't do it
You
because she
missed
wear
it. You
makeup.
missed
Y'all missed
I
it.
could be
Yeah.
the best cook.
Have you
I could
seen,
be the best
have y'all seen
nurturer.
Gonna Get You Sucker?
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember the prostitute when she went in the bedroom with
Anna Marie Nicole,
Keenan?
Anna Marie Johnson.
And he thought she
Never
was
seen
bomb.
That was funny.
Right,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
was all in, right? He was good to go. She took a wig off. She took a leg off. She took her arm off.
She did.
Like she took boobs. She took stuff
Yeah,
off.
she did.
And he looking at her like, this ain't the woman I met.
I want
Yeah.
to date with a mannequin.
What I'm saying is you're attracting a man on a physical level with all this makeup that
Okay.
changes you.
Okay.
As opposed to just putting like enhancements of who you already are, your features.
Okay.
Enhance your features, right? But you're changing the whole dynamic, the skin tone, everything. That is what you're giving the man. You say, I'm presenting you this narrative of who I am in public until I feel comfortable. And then I'm going to take all of this off, and then you get to see what I am, who I am really physically. This is what you're asking. Once he gets to know me, he'll want me. The problem with that is you want a man to start off honest in the beginning with everything he got. If he's struggling, he a hard worker, and he barely making it 9 to 5. Y'all want all of these conversations of truth. Men operate on looks. So when you give all of that too much makeup thing, now he's falling for that. And then when you change the game, he's like, okay, yeah, he knows you, but he's feeling a little indifference because he feel like he's been misled.
Okay.
And the same thing with women. When y'all date a guy driving that Benz, you find out it's a rental. Thought he had it going on. You misled me. I like you, but you misled me.
You lying already.
Right. Bring the truth to the table in the beginning.
That's all. So women out there, I want trying to say, no, for real. When I say women hate themselves, we got into why. So when you see this clip on TikTok, don't go at me too hard, because I know it's gonna happen. But look, so hey man, talk about this. You got the new book, you got the old book, Love, Learning Our Value Every Day. That's dope as hell when I saw that, the acronyms for that. But then you got a new book coming out next month, you say?
Yep. Mid-January. It's called Take the L for the Win. And it's really about, after a breakup, don't soak in it. Don't be mad about it. Don't be angry at the person like you wasted time on. It's about you sitting with yourself and rediscovering you again. Do I evolve from this? How am I evolving from this? What makes me more unique now than I was prior to? It's helping you to embrace it so you can say, well, that didn't work out, and I celebrate that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So you can move in a positive movement
Yeah,
instead of a negative, right? So that's what this book is about. It's a short read. I admit it's like 4 chapters, but it's a good one. It's going to have little works in it to help you tweak some things in yourself and get you through, you know? So that's what that's about. Love, learning our value every day. It was completed, but it didn't put it out because the publisher were talking about 70% of the take. I'm like, yeah, I backed out.
Okay.
So that's going to come out somewhere down the road in spring, right behind this book.
Okay. All right, man. Well, look, man, thanks for coming, man. This was very informational. Once again, another informational show. If you will, you want to tell the people like how they can, you know, your handles
where
and
you can
everything
find me?
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can find me on TikTok, and it's at Just a Guy Giving Advice. It's just _A_guy_advice. Or you can look up Anthony Yanish, ANTHONYYANISH. And that's how you can find me on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram.
All right, man. Hey, well, look, Merry Christmas, y'all, because we won't, you know what I'm saying, it'll be Christmas time. And then next time we see y'all, it'll be after Christmas. Shit, I guess we out of here.
Hey, can I say one thing, brother?
Yeah, go ahead.
Guys, watch this show. These people, I sat with them before the show started. They got family energy like nothing I've seen. Seriously, this is something you guys should watch. They are really good.
Thank you.
I commend
Thank you,
every
thank
one
you.
of you. for
Thank
really
you.
pushing
Thank
in that
you.
direction. Don't let it go. Congratulations on season 3, for real, brother.
Thank you, brother.
All the
Yeah.
best to y'all, man.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Thank
and
you
I'm
so
humbled
much.
that you thought I was good enough to be on your show to talk to y'all.
Thank you so much,
Appreciate it,
man.
man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You.
Well, all right then, hey, women, keep your face off the pillow, goddammit. Goodbye.
I can't.
Peace out, y'all.
Let me talk my SSHIT. Kick it with my kickin, kick it with my nigga Rob. Let me talk my SSHIT.